Hi, I'm Danielle, and this is Chatter Out Loud, a podcast where I share thoughts and TV commentary on shows I like to watch. Now, before I start, if you're listening on YouTube, I want to ask that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell. This way you're notified anytime I post a new episode and you won't miss out. Now, if you're listening on the podcast, then go ahead and follow and leave me a message. The links are right on the landing page of this episode, so go ahead and check that out. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe or follow. I'd be very much thankful as it helps me grow my channel and it encourages me to continue to bring more content for you to enjoy. Okay? And thank you in advance. All right, so let's get into this episode where I want to chat a little bit about Big Brother Canada Season 10, aka BBCAN10. So the last time I followed almost a full season of Big Brother Canada, it was when Ika was on the season. I don't remember which season that was, but she was a house guest that caught my attention. And so I stuck around to watch a few episodes. And if I'm 100% honest, I couldn't tell you who won that season. And that's no shade. I just know that since I'm a fan of Big Brother, I just enjoyed what I saw at the time in BBCAN. And it was nice to see, or interesting to see, like some of the differences between BBCAN and BBUS. So anyway, I know the last season of Big Brother, they had their first Black winner of any BBCAN season. And so that spilled over on Twitter, especially after Xavier won BBUS season 23. So long story short, I started to take a look at the cast in this upcoming season of BBCAN, and I listened to their videos, which were like 3 minutes each, or about 3 minutes there. And I listened to some of their, or not some, but I did listen to not only their videos, but their interviews. When they ask, how do you plan to, or what is your strategy for winning Big Brother? So I listened to that. I watched that. And there were more than a few house guests that caught my attention right away. And then I said to myself, let's take a look at the season. So I'm happy to announce that I plan to cover BBCAN10, Big Brother Canada Season 10. Now, to set expectations, I want to share that I may not be able to invest a lot of time into scanning their live feeds, right? I'm in the States. This is Canada. Well, first I have to see if I'm able to watch their episodes. I think I will be, since I've been able to do it before. And then I have to, like back then when I watched it, that season with Ika, and I think I've watched a couple of episodes here and there, but I didn't invest time or see if I can look into their live feed. So I'm not even sure if I'll be able to see Canada's or BBCAN live feeds. But if I am, I may look at it, but I'm not going to invest a lot of time in their live feed. So I will watch their episodes and then I'll come back and do a recap. And by all accounts, I think I'll be able to watch their episodes. I'm hoping. I was able to do it all those years ago, so I should be able to do it again. I have more secure VPN, and I was able to see all of their clips and videos for the people that's in the upcoming episodes. So I think I'll be able to watch their episode. I think I'll be able to watch this season. Now, I may not be able to watch the episodes in real time because I'm covering Survivor and it's going to be airing at the same time, right? On Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'll figure out how to navigate that. And most likely I'll watch Survivor real time. I'll do my recap and then I'll watch BBCAN10 and then I'll do a recap a day or two after. I think I'll be able to manage that. So we'll see. I think after the first couple of weeks, I'll be able to, well, let me back up. I think after the first couple of weeks of both Survivor and BBCAN airing at the same time, because Survivor doesn't start for another couple of weeks. BBCAN starts this Wednesday. So I think I'll be able to navigate that. But I have to give myself a couple of weeks just to get the timing and the scheduling down. So I can work that into my routine there, or work into a routine. All right. So if you'll stick around and join me covering BBCAN10, I think that we'll have a good time. Because this cast, from what I see, is everything. And with that said, let's talk a little bit about them. All right. So there are 16 house guests. They're ranging in ages from 23 to 43. The majority of the cast are in their 20s. 12 of the house guests, to be exact, are in their 20s. So that alone will make for a great season, right? Our 20s are made for us to be a little bit more carefree. And not only that, it gives us more time when I'm not in my 20s, but I'm just saying it gives 20-year-olds a little bit more time to recover after a Big Brother experience, right? All right. The cast is very diverse. That makes for a great season as well. One of the house guests only applied to be on BB because one of her coworkers she couldn't stand at all. And that coworker was a huge fan of Big Brother. So this house guest applied and got on the show just so she can have like a one-up on that coworker. I mean, talk about petty, right? But I'm here for it. Then we have another house guest who wants to be the villain so bad. It's borderline obnoxious, but he is just ready to be the villain. And that's just by watching that 3-minute video clip I looked at where he introduces himself and he shares how he plans to play. So he plans on being a villain. So that's going to make for good TV as well. There are a few quirky personalities, and we have the quote-unquote older house guest, and he's 43, which, by the way, isn't old at all. But since 75% of the house guests are in their 20s, he's like in the minority of the house, right? He's the old man. But he doesn't consider himself old, and he thinks he can keep up, and he's getting in shape and everything to keep up with these youngsters. So that's going to be interesting to watch. We have a couple of house guests who plan to use their sexuality, meaning that they are planning to have a showmance and or use their looks to distract and persuade other house guests. That's always a disaster, but it's good for the show, right? If we look at their professions, there are corporate professionals, blue-collar workers, students, there's a doctor, there's artists, creatives, there's a model. There's even one who describes herself as fun employed, meaning she's unemployed, right? So all in all, the cast is very diverse. The majority looks like they are very, very fun. So that'll make for a fun season with lots of drama. They will all vie for this $100,000 prize, and that's Canadian dollars, by the way. And if we calculated it, if we calculate the $100,000 to American dollars, that's about 80 grand, I believe. But when I was reading through like some of the things about Big Brother Canada, the prize, not only the $100,000 Canadian or oh, I'm so excited. Okay. When I was reading up on Big Brother Canada, the $100,000 prize, and that's in Canadian dollars, that prize also includes, like the winner of that season, the prize also includes $10,000 for a brand new wardrobe and a travel experience, like a trip from Expedia. So that's not bad, right? So it's $100,000, $10,000 for a brand new wardrobe plus the trip from Expedia. So that's what the winner of this season will get for their efforts of going through the Big Brother season and ending up the last person or the person everyone will vote for to win. All right. BBCAN season is 70 days, I want to say. So it's a shorter duration compared to BBUS. They've shared a few pictures of the house already. I think it was the kitchen, the living room, and some mystery room. And if you're listening to YouTube, again, if you look up, I'm sharing those images in the episode, in this episode. So along with the pictures of the cast, so you can take a look. I almost forgot about Arissa Cox. She is the host. I'm sharing pictures of her in this episode as well. So if you just take a look up, you'll see all of that. From what it looks like, the theme is kind of a retro theme. So I can't wait to see the rest of the house and all of the challenges throughout the season. And so let me run through their names really quick. And again, if you're on YouTube, I'm sharing the pictures of the house guests now so you can take a look up. All right, so we have Betty Yearsaw, she's 31. Helena Gill, she's 27. Herman Nijgi, I know I'm not pronouncing that right. He's 29. JC Lynn Graham, she's 24. Jay Northcott, they are 28. Jessica Gowling, they are 35. Josh Nash, he's 28. Kevin Jacobs, he's 28. Kyle Moore, he's 23. Marty Frenetic, he's 43. Melina Manzing, she's 29. Moose Bendago. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Bendago or Bendigo, he's 24. Stephanie Patterson, she's 26. Stephen Gino Geniopoulos, he's 25. Summer Sales, she's 25. And Tanisha White, she's 32. All right, so 16 house guests. So if you're a Big Brother fan, then join me for this season of BBCAN10. I'll do my best to navigate through a Big Brother Canada season right here from the States. I'll be watching their episodes and then coming back and giving a recap. I'll see what I can do in terms of their live feeds. I'm still not quite sure about that yet, but I think I have to wait until once they turn them on just to see what I can see, and then from there decide how much time I plan to dedicate in watching those. I may just commit to just watching the episodes and then do a recap from there. All right. I think it'll be fun. I invite you to join me. Come back, especially if you're a Big Brother fan. We love all of this, right? And then I think that'll bring us up through June, July, but it'll be shortly before the Big Brother US season 24 starts. So we'll have more Big Brother with the BB Can, and then more Big Brother in July when season 24 starts. So lots of Big Brother, right? We love this game. All right, so that's all I have. So be sure to come back and give me a listen. Like, comment, follow, share, and subscribe. All of that good stuff. Your engagement really does give me encouragement. So thanks for that. Okay, my name is Danielle, and you're listening to my podcast, Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I appreciate your support. And that's all I have. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.